Okay.
All right, good afternoon. So today we're going to be doing a functional movement test. This is my volunteer, Crystal. She's already filled out a PAR-Q physical activity readiness questionnaire. Today on this functional movement test, we're going to be going through 7 different activities. The first activity that we're going to be doing is the deep squat, which she's going to demonstrate here in just a minute. After that, we're going to be doing the hurdle step. After that, it will be the inline lunge, the trunk stability, active straight leg raise, and rotary stability. Along with those tests, we have 3 clearing tests. The first is going to be the shoulder clearing to make sure that she has good shoulder mobility. The second will be a spinal extension, and the final will be a spinal flexion to make sure in this test. With this test, you have a score of 0 to 3. 0 if they have any pain, that gives them a 0. A 3 if they are able to do the move completely without any need to do any need for a modification. Depending on the modifications, what we're going to see here with Crystal, we've already gone through a practice round of the test. We're going to just do this test really quick and show what she is in her areas where she needs improvement, where she is actually doing very well. Okay, so the first test we're going to do is called the deep squat. So what Crystal's going to do is she's going to hold this dowel above her head. It's a 48-inch dowel. She's going to make sure that her feet are shoulder width apart and in line with the rest of her body. So at this point, she's going to take a deep squat down. See how her knees are coming in a valgus maneuver? That's good. We're going to want to correct that. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a board behind her feet, like so. Okay, you're good. Okay, now she's going to perform the maneuver again, and see how she's got better movement there? That gives us better control over her spine. So right now we're looking at a 2. Okay, so here we're going to get our lateral view of the deep squat. So Crystal, go ahead and perform that deep squat again. What we're looking for is she's maintaining that neutral spine right here. Her hip is parallel with the ground. Her torso is also parallel with her lower legs. She has good extension on her arms. She is coming forward a little bit, so that's why we're going to score her a 2 on this. But overall, she's doing well. All right, so the next. Okay, so for this one, what we're doing is called the hurdle jump step. What Crystal's going to do here is I've already measured this out, and on our 24-inch pieces of line here, what she's going to do is she's going to take a single step over with her right leg and bring it back, and then a single step over with her left leg and bring it back. What this one is going to show is that ability to bring hip flexion, knee flexion, and then just forward movement. As you saw, I have a little bit of trouble doing that just standing. Crystal has this dowel across her shoulders. That's to show if she has any trunk instability. So go ahead and go, Crystal. Okay, and then come back over. All right, now go on the other way. Okay, good. Okay, go ahead and pause it. Okay, so here we have, sorry if I spit at you there. We have our lateral view of this. What this is going to show is the neutral spine that we're looking for on our side here. It's going to show that hip extension here, that knee flexion here. So go ahead and step on over again. See how she's able to control that? Okay, come back over. And then one more time. There you go. And see how she has actually really good stable. I would actually score this a 3. So other than that, that's what the hurdle jump step is. Okay. Okay, so on this is called our inline step lunge. What Crystal's going to perform here is she's going to basically do a lunge step down. She has her back foot placed at the 16-inch mark. That is due to the fact that when I measured her up to her tibial tuberosity, it was 16 inches from the ground up to her tibial tuberosity. That's right below your knee, that flat spot that begins on your knee, right, or on your tibia. So what Crystal's going to do here is she's going to try to maintain a neutral spine. She's going to come forward in a lunge, and basically what we're going to use the dowel for is to make sure that she doesn't have any forward movement, that she doesn't have any movement in the transverse plane. So go ahead and do that, Crystal. That's pretty good. I would say that's probably about a 2 for her. She has 2 more attempts if she wants to do this test. So I'd still say that's about a 2. Okay. All right. So now we're just going to have her switch and move her left leg back and bring her right leg forward. again, she's going to place that left foot on the 16 mark. Okay. And then she's going to just switch hands. You have contralateral hand up with the rear leg. So she's going to have her left arm up with her, or I'm sorry, her right arm up with her left leg. Okay, go ahead and do it. Okay. All right. You have one more chance if you want to do it. Okay, I would say that she got a 2 overall on that score. All right, good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a shoulder mobility test. And with this test, what Crystal's going to do is she's going to bring her left arm up over her head and touch into her scapula, or attempt to. And she's going to bring her right arm up over her back and attempt to bring them as close as possible together. So what normally you would do this with yardstick. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find a yardstick, but I do have a small tape measure here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the amount of inches between the two. Normally what you would look for is anything less than about 5.5 inches, and she's currently at 8, so we're going to give that a 1. Go ahead and relax. Okay, so now we're going to do that on the right hand side. Go ahead and bring your right arm up, and now bring your left arm. Now see here, she has more of a or less of a gap between the two. So on that one, when we measure it, we have a gap of just about 5 inches. So that we're going to give her a 2. Okay, go ahead and spin around now, Crystal, to where you're facing the camera. Right. Okay, so for this test, what we're going to do is with the shoulder mobility, we have to make sure that she doesn't have any pain in her shoulders. So what we're going to do, this is a simple clearing. This is the first of our clearing tests. What she's going to do is she's going to take her right hand and go across to her left shoulder, and then she's going to raise her arm up. And if she feels any pain, then we score her a 0, and that's what her score for the shoulder mobility would be. Do you feel any pain? No. Okay. Go ahead and switch hands. No pain? Okay, so she still gets a score of a 1 on that test for the shoulder mobility. Right? Okay, so for this test, this is the active straight leg test. And what this is going to check for is knee extension, hip flexion, and it's going to check for any kind of plantar flexion up here. So what Crystal's going to do is she's going to perform a leg raise until her knee is bent or she can't go anymore. So go ahead and raise your leg up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this stick right here to see where she's at on a 90. Right there, she's probably about a 2. So go ahead, and she has 2 more active tries at this. So if you want to do it 2 more times. Okay. And 1 more. So yeah, she's about a 2 on her right leg there. So now she's going to do her left leg. Okay, still about a 2. There was some knee flexion there. Go ahead and, yep, still about a 2. Okay, so she was able to control it, but she still had a little bit of knee flexion, so we're going to score that a 2. Okay, you're good. Okay, so for this test, what we're going to do here is we're going to measure our trunk stability. We're going to check on the erector spinae muscle. We're going to check on our hamstrings. We're going to see how our quadriceps work. We're also going to use those abdominal muscles that you can't see right now. But what she's going to do is that she is going to perform a push-up. Essentially what this is a full body exercise. So at first, as a female, she's going to place her hands, thumbs near her chin, and then try to perform a push-up. Go ahead, Crystal. So she's not able to get up from there. So now what she's going to do is she's going to move her thumbs down to her shoulders, right at the clavicle, and attempt to do another push-up. So right there, we're going to give her a 2 because she's able to get them up and underneath her. Okay, you're good there. So that after we've performed that, what she's going to do is she's going to do what's called a spinal extension clearing. So what she's going to do is she's going to do basically a yoga pose. I believe it's called the upward dog pose. And if she feels any pain throughout her lower back, then we're going to have to score her a 0. Do you feel any pain? Okay, she's good to go. Okay. Okay, so this is our final test. This is the rotary stability test. I've already gone through this with Crystal once. She's unable to perform the inline stability, so what she's going to do is contralateral. So she's going to take her left arm and go with her right leg, and her right arm and go with her left leg. So go ahead and perform that. As you can see there, she's not able to do it in line, so she's going to have to do left. She's going to do contralateral. So go ahead and take your left arm out with your right leg, and then bring them together.
Guys,
Yep.
I made it.
And then come back to the starting position. And now she's going to do it on her with her left arm and her left leg and right arm. Okay,
Mommy,
come back to the starting.
can you
Now the
help
last
me
thing she's going to
knit?
do is child's pose. And this is a spinal flexion clearance. So go ahead and go into child's pose.
Mommy, can you help me knit?
And do you feel any pain in that position?
No.
Okay, if she
I
felt
don't
pain,
know.
we would have to score her a 0. But since she doesn't feel pain, we don't score her a 0. So at this point, she has a 2 on this assessment as well. Okay, you're good to go.